In this video, we'll take a look at the Flexible Music Lab and Flexible Music Tracks, and we'll focus on sections and groups. And sections and groups are going to be right here in this area, track selections and groups. And this is something you can toggle open and closed. When you first load a Flexible Music Track, this is populated by what happens is Flexible Music Lab takes the data that's in the Flexible Music Track and uses that to break apart the music track into sections. Now, sections are similar to, you can see that things like intro and ending, but if you think about your favorite song, you generally have a verse and then a chorus, maybe another verse and then another chorus. A lot of times there's something in between that kind of breaks it up. We call that usually a bridge or something that you can see is noted right here. And then another verse and chorus and so forth. Now, the music track creator can name these sections whatever they want. So you can see that this music track creator called, we have a bells 1, we have a bells 2, we have a couple different melodies here, a climb and a bridge, and then again the ending and the intro and ending. So all of these can be manipulated and moved around if they want to once they're broken into sections like this. Now, in order to kind of speed things along, what Flexible Music Lab does at the very beginning is it also creates one group, and you can see it, a group here. Now, you can see that we have the ability to create other groups. We'll cover that in a separate video. But we start off with one group. So you can see sections are blue with white, and clicking on any one of these is going to add it to the track builder here. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. We'll go over that more in a separate video. But you can see that as I can audition these, by the way, I can click on any one of these and listen. If I want to, I can drag on this little circle here and go further if I want to listen to maybe towards the end of it. So you have the ability to audition each section, and again, they're just pieces of the music track. And then again, this group, the first initial group is it takes all of the sections here minus the intro and the ending and groups that all together, and it puts it in this group. And so you can see that what Flexible Music Lab does is it starts you off with the intro, all of the in-between groups, and the ending, which is really the whole Flexible Music Track from as it is originally. And so from here, we can make changes, which we'll cover in a separate video, and we can move things around. I can, remove the intro, like I just showed you, removing that section that I added real quick, and so forth. Now, so the sections and the group here are all just allowing you to kind of get started with sort of a musical Legos sort of thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and show you what we're replacing. This is the digital audio workstation, and you can see it looks exceedingly complex. And right down here we see little waveforms. These are pieces very similar to the sections that I was just talking about. If a professional was going to take our music track and want to do the same thing that Flexible Music Lab does, they would be coming in and they would be breaking things apart. They'd need to know important things like the tempo and all kinds of stuff. And it's a very arduous, time-consuming process. And really, we found that that's not needed. We don't need to look at the waveform. We don't need to know the time signature. We can really break it down to just the section names and move things around, as I'll show you in the next video, just kind of, again, like a sort of musical Legos where we're just moving things around, adding things, removing things. So for example, we'll have the ability to create a group, which we'll look at again, and I might basically say, okay, I'm going to clear all, and I might just say, I'm going to do just these 2 melodies and make that a group, or maybe all 4 of the melodies and turn that into a group. I might call that melodies. You can see I already have the name there. I typed it in earlier, and I can make a new group here. And that allows me to do something like go to maybe the intro, just the melodies, and the ending. And that's a very simple approach, and we'll be diving in more deep on various things that you can do and reasons why you do them. But that's what the sections and the groups are all about in Flexible Music Lab.